guys, welcome back to Trialogue. I am here with...
This is a hell of a day.
Hey guys,
We're having a hell of a day.
Brandon Royal.
And we have a special guest that's still with us.
Still here, Cash TF. You already know.
All right, so let's get to it, because we have some good topics to cover today.
Oh, yeah.
So the first one is, this is a scenario. We're talking about
That's a good situation.
different situations today, and we just kind of sharing how we feel about these things, and they're very common issues. So let's talk. A man is dealing with two women. One he lies to, and the other he's completely honest with. Which woman does he love?
Do I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, now say it one more time. now that you focus on me.
Could you repeat?
Yeah, now that you focus on me. Say it one more time.
No, he's with two women.
Okay.
One he tells the complete truth to, so she knows that he has another woman. And then he's with another woman that he completely lies to, so she's in the dark. She doesn't know anything about him cheating on her. Who does he love?
See, I could give you two different scenarios and two different answers for that. Because if you ever watch How to Be a Player from Bill Bellamy, if you notice,
Big flick.
big flip by the way. If you notice,
no.
all the women that he had different personalities, and he had to deal with them certain ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he could have loved every single last one of them, but all of them he had to deal with them certain ways. But in another perspective, I would say that the one that he loves the most is probably the one that he don't want to lose. So the one that he lying to, it's like, it's a reason why he don't want to lose that.
So what if he don't want to lose two of them?
That means he love himself. He does love the situation that he's in. Oh shoot, huh? Nothing happened. Yeah, he does love the situation that he's in, and he don't want to mess it up for nothing. So that's more of a selfish thing in that aspect. But it could be You have different intangibles.
See, my take on it is this: the woman. Okay, so the woman who he tells everything, she knows about this side chick. He love her the most.
Why?
He love her the most
How?
because she know everything,
Maybe she's receptive to it different than the other chick.
which is probably why he love her the most.
Or he could just love the fact that, hey, I could tell her the truth and not.
But that's amazing. Like that's.
But then
like,
he could love the other one, but
not
he
amazing.
realized like I can't tell her the truth because she's gonna dip out on me.
But
I
okay,
think-
because he able to share everything with that one woman, and she's still around after he shares everything with her.
She's pretty dope.
She's a muumuu.
You can't say that.
Oh,
You know,
okay,
it's
okay,
situational.
okay.
Crazy
you can't.
cow.
Situational.
You can't say. Okay. Did Ray Davis have two girlfriends?
Yeah.
Lou Williams
And
too.
exactly.
Lou.
They have,
But do they both know about each other?
they live together. All
Okay,
three
but
of
that's
them.
not the same situation.
Lit.
But that's my point. But what I'm trying to say
Lit.
is the one who he tells everything, I feel he loves her the most because the one he lies to, obviously, she can't know everything. Like Marcellus was saying, he have to treat that situation a certain way. So I think because he being secretive with that one and he ain't expressing everything with her, is why he loves the other one.
But then
People would say the opposite,
we're
but
ignoring the intangibles. Though.
Let's go to Cash.
Okay,
Cash.
I think honestly, for sure, he definitely loves the one he lying to. And I'll tell you this: if you think about the people that hurt you the most in life, it's usually the people that you've loved, like you really love. It ain't no stranger or somebody who you don't really care about who really hurt you. So somebody you tell everything, you don't really matter how they feel, because that same girl who you tell everything, he don't feel no way telling her, "I'm about to go with my girl someplace. You need to cool off this weekend."
Yeah.
But he won't tell it to the other girl. Why? Because he care about her. And it's a thing with humans. We hurt people we love. It happens sometimes. And he loved that girl. And there's a reason he ain't letting
It's
go
a
of
reason,
that.
like I
And
said,
he don't want her to
some
know
type
that.
of intangible. It's
He
like,
love her.
Yeah, maybe I can't be 100% truthful with her, but everything else is super
He a
dope.
dog, don't get me
So we
wrong.
got-
He a
Yeah,
dog.
he's still
He a
caring
dog.
for
He a dog because he know he messing
He
with
is.
it too.
Obviously, he's a
But
dog.
he doesn't, at the same time, he's a dog with a heart.
See,
You think?
he might-
He got
I
heart.
looking at it. I looking
I'm
at
mad because I care about your feelings.
I looking at it if I were in his shoes. If I look, that's why I looking at it like if I was in his shoes. If I was in his shoes, my girl that I told everything would be the one I love. For me personally, because the other one, like, I don't care. She could go anytime, so I could just tell you whatever. Like,
But suppose you tell her the truth. Suppose the truth makes the person go. Not all the time because you tell the truth means
but,
that. Hey, they're
but
gonna
just
say
lying-
lying the situation. The
But lying,
situation that she know
lying
everything
is
and
a
she
thing
go
that
with it.
people do because they don't want to hurt somebody. Because if you didn't,
A
if you
lot
didn't,
of
if you didn't
times.
care about hurting them, you would just tell them the truth.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? If you know your friend looks stupid and they're like, "How I look," right? And you just like
But you
sometimes
could-
you'd be like,
but
"You good, man?
But
You
you
good?"
could
You know what I
also,
mean?
but you could
Like,
also
you don't
lie
wanna
to
hurt them.
people without loving them, though.
All right, here's
So-
what I think. I think he loves nobody but himself. And Marcella said it. I actually think
true.
he's selfish.
The strong woman is here.
I
The
think.
strong woman has arrived.
I think.
Okay, go ahead.
I think at the end of the day that the woman that he tells everything to does not know what self-love is. Because if she had loved herself, she would not be in a relationship with a man knowing that she can't even get 100% of him. No, that is not love, period. That's infatuation. That's you not realizing your value and your worth. And at the end of the day, I don't think that's love. The woman that he's lying to, unfortunately, she can't make a choice. I'm not saying that women don't make mistakes, but at the end of the day, if you really care for that woman and love her truly, you would tell her and she'll make a choice. There's many women out there who will be happy, just like the other woman. But the difference is you have a choice. That's why those relationships where they have two girlfriends and stuff, I don't really bother myself with them, because as long as those women know what they're dealing with, I don't really care why they're there. That's all that really matters.
I have a call about. So what do you think? So what is your opinion on poke children?
Poke children?
With the mother knowing that
It's
he
wrong.
is not the father of my child.
It's
right?
obviously wrong.
No, but it's one of those situations where, as you know, he was willing. He was like, "Oh, I don't care." He said he don't care, but you didn't really give him the 100%.
She's wrong.
She's wrong, but I mean, okay, so you would say she's wrong.
Heck yes.
But even
let
though
me
they're
ask-
having a hell
So
of
you don't believe in polygamy then?
It's not for me. It's not for me. I believe that some people are happy living their lifestyle like that. As long as it don't cause me no harm, do anything to me, or stop my flow, I don't really care. Different people have
To
different
see
lifestyles.
it, you mean? You wouldn't be in a relationship with
No.
a polygamy
No, not
relationship,
knowingly.
right?
No, and I've been cheated on, but at the same token,
Who hasn't?
I mean, but that's
think
why my
everybody's
point is.
been
My
cheated
point
on.
is, once
Me.
I know, I make a conscious decision that I don't want to deal with it. Like, it's just not right.
So
But
let
I
me,
mean,
let me ask you this. Do you feel like truth is reserved for people who you don't really care as much? And like you feel like when you lie, you feel like you're doing it to protect someone's feelings.
I think it's a
more-
balance of, it depends on it's situational, but I understand how you explained it. I did agree with you to a certain extent, but I think a lot of things in life don't apply to every single situation.
True,
Like
true.
a lot of mantras and things that you say, it doesn't always apply to everybody's situation. That's why it's hard to tell people what to do.
You're right.
Because their situation might be completely
You're
different.
right, because my old job when I was in St. Thomas, my job used to pay my phone bill. And I felt personally at 5 o'clock, like, work done, don't call me.
Yeah.
So, like, they would call me after 5 and I would watch it. I would watch the phone, like, you see the meme of the dude that had clap.
Yeah.
I watch it. That used to be me. Because work done for me, even though they paying my phone bill.
Yeah.
So the next day, my boss just asked me, I was calling you, we needed something. And I used to be like, oh, my signal was bad, sorry. I don't love them. I didn't give a crap about them, but I lied to them.
Right. True.
You know what I mean? Like, it's situational. It's situational.
Does let me ask you this. This is something that I have to do in my personal life too. Is not saying something to somebody
A
lying?
lie? Yes. Especially if you know it'll affect the way how they react to
Yeah,
you.
because
No, omitting the truth does not make it right.
It's like a half
still
truth.
a lie. Yes, it
but
is.
some people.
Not the truth, just not saying nothing in general.
General,
because,
like not
let's
being
say,
Because you're
silent.
staring.
let's
you're
say
staring
like you
in
had
the
a
way.
relationship, right?
Right.
And you like that person he's cheating. He have a girl that he don't say nothing about. To the one that he cheating with, who don't know nothing. He ain't telling her. Like nobody gonna be like, hey, by the way, babe, you know what I mean? So he just not saying nothing. Is it that he's lying?
It's
Is that he's
still
lying?
A lie.
Because
It's
nobody
very
ever.
much still a
What if
lie.
she never questioned him? Like if she never questioned the fact that he had somebody else, is
but-
it considered a lie?
Okay,
But
so
it's still
look,
bad.
It's,
It's
yeah,
bad.
it's
Don't
not
get me
right.
wrong,
It's
it's
still
bad,
a lie.
but is
It's
it
like
a
a
lie?
half
Could you
truth.
be like,
It's
yeah,
not
you
a
lied to me?
It's not a lie because you know what a lot of people fail to realize.
No,
though?
it's still a lie.
What a lot of people fail to realize is if we're being in Western, you know, if we're being on that
Culture.
vibe and you're not married,
Single.
You
You doing that
technically
thing?
single.
You doing the
I mean,
paper? He
technically
doing the
single.
paperwork.
But I
thing.
mean,
let's just
Technically
be
single.
real. If you're gonna act like you're living a life and you're not married,
You're technically single.
you technically are.
You're not
Well, I mean,
married
not-
yet. You're gonna cheat on your girlfriend.
No.
You're not.
I'm
But
saying
the
that
argument-
would,
saying-
but
that argument would work
technically-
until
No,
that
but I
happened,
just
though.
mean like
When
at
you
the end
get
of the
shit done,
day.
then it's like-
Wait, okay, my question. This is
Okay,
a question.
last
I have.
question. Then next scenario.
When did because we come from Africa, obviously. When did
Oh, born in
polygamy go
Colorado.
out the window
when we come to America.
When did
Western-
what?
that's
When did
like-
what?
that's a
When did
Western
what go out the
society
window?
thing then.
Polygamy. That's when.
When did it
that's
go
a
out the
Western
window?
society.
when we got taught.
Monogamy is whose concept
Okay,
of love.
so wait, this segues perfectly into our next topic.
Okay.
So we have B. Smith.
Okay.
And she was like a Black Martha Stewart,
Yeah,
making
yeah.
money, QVC, restaurants, selling her products, doing her thing, making bank. Her husband was a part of it, but she was really the face. She used to model and do all that good stuff at a time frame when it wasn't really a common thing to see a Black woman being so successful. She was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2013.
Damn, man. Sorry to hear.
She's still alive. She's still with her husband, but her husband publicly has a girlfriend.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
So
Yeah.
why? And they all live together.
what?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
wild.
Yeah. So
that's wild.
again, we talking about polygamy, but at some point, it's just kind of like if you made a commitment to
Marriage, like
correct,
the marriage.
you
vows
and one
and
person,
stuff.
you
Yeah,
and one
yeah,
person.
yeah.
At what point do we say it's okay because we came from Africa, or we say no, it's not okay? It's life until death. Do we part?
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. With this situation, we living in a trendy time where, we running with what's cool, right? Like I say, if you don't have a solid foundation, like if you don't have a plan, like if you already know this is what you want to do, you have two people that you love, and you want to build a foundation and do what you're doing, and everybody on board, and like you, I ain't gonna say woke, but you're conscious enough to know that this ain't all about just the sex. You ain't trying to be like the movies, like you literally trying to like beat the system. If you want some ish like that, then I could understand it. But if you just out here living your best party life and it's just a thing for you, then you're making a mockery of it.
Well, let me say one more thing before you two respond. The girlfriend helps take care of the wife.
But what's the age bracket that they're in?
I'm not
older,
100%.
they're older.
They're
That's
older, and the
super
girlfriend
understandable.
is
Let me tell you this.
younger.
There's this one thing that like maybe everybody's different, right? They're wired different. But as humans, like we to play off of needs a lot. And like I feel like at a certain point, like you with this girl, she's hold you down for all these years. You married her, create a empire together. You do all this. He moving as if like he needs sex, like he need that kind of stuff. At some point, you kind of hit to a point where it's kind of like
You'd be okay.
it's just like it's just that you look at relationships as a young person. When you commit to somebody, right? Obviously, you're saying I don't really need to be sleeping with a bunch of people. Like I'm good with this one. You notice that from young.
Yeah.
So why from older you need to realize like okay, because even when you're in a there's a difference. When you're single, your sexual activity might be up because you're trying to figure out, you're meeting people, you're living and stuff like that. But once you in a relationship, and I'm saying that you don't have sex like that, but like sex is seen differently. It's more
It's
like a thing.
way
It's between
different.
you. It's just like
Right.
a connection between you. It's not that you have that urge to be like, I need to book somebody, so whoever in this house, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
she here.
Well, some people are like that though. We fail to recognize the fact that a lot of people have issues. A lot of people have closet issues that they don't talk about. A lot of people may have real serious like sexual issues. They may have been fucked R. Kelly.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, you never know how people come up.
Right.
So like when they act out and do certain things, it's like, oh, he's a sick dude, but it's like,
Well, he at the same time too, he didn't have to be public. You know what I mean? Like if you
But
guys,
yeah,
like
and
he's an
that's-
you got
entertainer, brother.
millions.
Yeah.
You's a grown man, dog. Like you know what's wrong from right. Don't
Yeah,
know.
you
We're talking
know,
about R.
and
Kelly.
that's
That's
the thing.
R. Kelly. We know he's a piece of trash. Whatever. My thing is this: can the wife make a song decision with her mental
You mean
No.
as far
that
as
she
divorce?
is okay with it?
oh,
No.
Well, then it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's
It's
that
wrong.
simple.
That's
If
how
she
it's
can't,
It's like
if she
taking
can't,
advantage.
if she can't say, "I am cool with this. I know what's going on. I am cool with this," it wrong.
Yeah, you
But
right.
then
It's
we
like taking
shouldn't
advantage
do
of
that.
somebody
Because
who's drunk.
he playing
or-
off the fact that she has Alzheimer's and she has no clue what's
now
going
if you
on.
put her in a nursing home,
That's wrong. Why
I
would he
mean,
do that?
you
He's
still- yeah,
literally
you still
living
wrong.
off of
Exactly.
her fame
You
and
still-
wealth,
You
though.
still wrong.
I'm forgetting the
You
fact
still
that
wrong.
she's a
She's the one.
that she's
still
that she
wrong.
has status.
All
I
he
forgot
had
the
to
fact that
do,
she has
if
status.
okay, this sounds bad, right? But all he had to do was play cool, move on the low, wait till she pass away, and then you do what you gotta do.
Exactly. And
But no,
I'm
he
being
want to make
funny.
it public.
She have
Yeah.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I
She
mean,
don't
like,
have
damn,
that
bro.
much longer.
Yeah,
Like,
He could have stepped
you know,
in
like
it out.
stick.
He could have
it
he
up
could have
with
had
her.
the
Stick
girl in
it
the
up with
house,
her. Like,
and nobody
she
know
has
about it.
no
You know what I
clue what's
mean?
going
Like,
on
damn,
right now.
you
She
had to
has-
go.
She have no clue what's going on right now.
You had to go in
She
public.
has
I-
no clue. She has Alzheimer's. My grandmother died from Alzheimer's. I know how it is. My
I know
grandmother,
exactly how it
my
is.
grandmother used to watch my mother them and be like, Hi, lady. Who are you?
Yeah.
Like, don't know. Like, my grandmother, legit funny story. My aunt used to come in her room to gather up her laundry and everything every day. One of her oldest daughters that were alive used to do that. So my mother them were in the room at time, and my grandmother pulled my mother them to the side. She said, "See that woman right there? Every day she'd come in this room and teach my pants. Don't know what's going on, and these is her kids. These is her kids. So there's no way that lady knows what's going on.
I have a similar situation.
No way that lady knows what's going on.
So,
My grandmother lose herself for a little while, and it was kind of rough because, like, damn, like they're saying who I remember. Like, I used to watch wrestling and do all type of stuff, and it's like, damn, like.
Well, that should push you even more to be like, damn, I need to be there for them. Not like,
Exactly.
man, I need to be with
I
somebody
don't
else.
need to be out here slanging and
He needs to get to know himself. And if he gains something, on the
Wilding.
low, you know.
Wilding.
I agree with
He
Brandon.
could have waited though for it.
But he knows
He
she knows
could.
she don't know what's going on. He could have bring 4 girls to the house.
Exactly.
Walk right
And-
past her like, hey, good
And
night.
to
You
me
know what I mean? Down straight up to the room.
personally, if she knew what was going on, and cause they go in and out of,
Of course they do.
Yeah.
and she was like when she was in her sound mind said, "I understand what's going on with me." Do you? I would say patience. I ain't saying it's right. I would say patience.
Damn,
But
if
she,
her mind
she
wasn't
don't know
gone.
what's going on.
No.
If her
Exactly.
mind
She don't know
wasn't
what's
gone.
going on.
From what I know from people with Alzheimer's, they one thing they don't want to do is
Dementia.
admit it
Yeah.
that they have it, and
Yeah.
two, like, you ain't gonna make no big decisions about them.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Nope.
All right.
They'd be like, look, it's me.
So our last question of the evening, we're gonna segue into that because B. Smith is black,
Okay.
but then his new girlfriend is Latina. I'm not 100% sure if she's Caucasian or not, but she's not black. So my question is, Nick Cannon has this this show called Cannon's Class, and they just had his
Oh,
they
okay,
just had
okay.
this conversation
Shout out Nick
where
Cannon.
they were discussing the fact that they feel like as though black men see white women as a trophy, and that black women keep wondering why we don't get placed on the same pedestal. So my question is,
tough
as a
one.
black man, the first question is, why do you think that black men have an issue with black women, or why do
because
they
of
view
our
us
attitude.
different?
Oh,
I guess
God.
my first.
Yeah, before we start this, everybody here has their own opinion about things. So Brandon's opinions are his. Celis's opinions are his.
So
and mine are
I'm
mine.
gonna ask Brandon first. This
No,
time.
you got to sell us first.
I'll be
You got
second.
to sell
I'll
us
be
first.
second. I'll be
Nope,
second.
go to.
Okay, cool.
I'll go.
cool.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll
Go
go.
first,
Okay.
Coach.
Okay. What's the question now? Why do we
do
put
you-
them on? Or why are
do
they
you
feel?
why do you feel like
You're
as
already
though
messing up.
black men see
Look, he knows.
They see white women. They put them on like a bigger
pedestal and not black women?
I think it is
He's gonna
more
probably
so
answer
in
for
a
me.
sense.
Stuttering?
Nah, I do have to be nervous. I think it's in a sense like this. It's like it's the same reason like we are around black people a lot. You know what I mean? Like we with black people all the time. We grew up with black people. Black people is our family. I think it's more of a men's cry for something different. It's not more to a sense that we think that this is better. It's just different. It's the same way. Like you eating chicken. You want a little salmon here and there and things like that. And then we'll say something like, "Oh, salmon is a goat," or "Salmon great," you know. But realistically, how often you eating salmon? You eating a lot of chicken though. You know what I mean? Like, you eating a lot of chicken. And you know why? Because you really love chicken. That's your love. But you just have a taste for other things other once in a while because it's exotic. It's different. It'll change something for you. So I think that's what it is. And it gets clouded with a lot of emotion that comes with it. But when you're used to something a lot of times, you know what I mean? It becomes less for it to be something that you want to engage in
that's a
all
good
the
perspective
time. You
on
know what
it.
I mean? I don't think it's that they see it as better. Like, I don't think people think salmon really better than chicken because if they did, they wouldn't eat chicken all the time. You know what I mean? It's just that they used to eating a lot of chicken. And that's it. You're eating a lot of what you love, but you love it so much. You know what I mean?
I'm kind of where you at, but I have a different perspective on it, and it's a little deeper because it's like if you look at entertainment, you know, like Caucasians look at us like like sports. It's like look at those guys go, like like we know that they love us, we know that, right? And I think self-hate have a lot to do with it.
Oh, that too.
Self-hate have a lot to do with it, and it's like the first thing you do is like, oh, I want a black chick, all she gonna do is cuss all day and don't want to, we have that stigma on them, they have the stigma on us. It's just like we ain't shit out the gate. Yeah, I said it. For most women.
No, you're right.
You know, but that's just the stigma. You know, it's like.
Well, you know what? I'll give you a good example.
I mean, you just see the memes like
When it comes to like
the memes. Like I've seen a meme. I think it's a picture of Nicki Minaj where the guy say, "Hey, how are you doing?" to the white lady, and the white lady, "Hey, my name is Becky, and how you doing?" And then he said the same thing to the black girl. "What you want? What you need me for?" Blah blah blah. It's
But
like,
that don't
you
mean
know,
she
like,
don't love you, but
Exactly.
we know that you know if Becky Sue is into us, we
Jesus
gonna get
Christ, Becky Sue.
Becky Sue
Horrible name.
or Mail In.
mail in.
Mail In.
Caitlyn.
That's Malin. That like
Something late.
Asian.
Goodness.
Leigh. That's like them. But anyhow,
Late.
right? Like if we know if they them them. But if we know like if they into us, like we know that and we know what they're thinking. Like black people's like, yeah, you know they're gonna like us, but we know that they're gonna have the stigma on us. We know that.
Here's
Well,
my
it's
here's my perspective.
okay,
Okay,
go on.
sorry.
My take on it is this. I don't take this the wrong
Peggy
way.
Again, this is
Don't-
Brandon's opinion.
My take on it is this. And it plays off of what both of y'all said. In terms of demeanor and attitude, white women are the easier road. It is, and it is. It's been proven. And I have nothing against any race, so don't think this is like a racial statement. It's
I
just
thought I was
It's
bad.
a racial question, so you're
yeah.
fine.
So
The tea.
like it's been proven like in certain situations when a black man would say something to a white woman, he ain't gonna get caught out
Submission?
like you say. Exactly.
Submission.
Exactly. They're more
They're more
submissive.
submissive.
They
are.
You know, so
But that sounds like
it's
more
an
of a. It
easier
sounds like
road.
more of a fear.
Fetish.
No,
It's
it
like
sounds
a
like more of a
fetish.
fear.
It's
It sounds like the white
easier
woman
road.
scared of
It's
you.
less walk. It's less walk.
You know what it is?
For a black, it's less walk.
Can I
It's
talk?
less walk.
Can I
Yeah,
talk?
go ahead, go
Oh
ahead,
God.
You know?
go ahead,
Oh,
go
I
ahead.
don't even
We
know
need
what
to
to
hide
Please let her go. Let her go. Let her
Jesus.
go.
Okay.
That was Brandon.
First of all,
That was Brandon.
over time, you have to realize that the African American woman has had to proven herself on her own for a very, very, very long time.
Take us to
Hence
school,
why we have a very high education rate.
Take us
Because
to
at the end of the day, they will be left alone while you're down the road with Sue, Becky,
Becky
I don't
Sue.
care. Becky with the good hair.
My
Well, we are home raising children, working, and being educated.
There you
That's
go.
that's number one. Number two, I get that there's good black men out there. I'm not one of those chicks that think that all black men are bad. I truly don't. There are some great black men out there. But at the end of the day, there's some really, really crappy ones. And what they do,
Majority.
they're hurt. They had a bad upbringing. They've been raised in the streets. And guess what? Hurt people hurt people. And then you start this vicious cycle of us, instead of coming together as a family unit and building generational
Polygamy.
wealth, we end up
Monogamy.
hurting each other. And now, all of a sudden now, as we start to integrate with other people, and now you have all these interracial relationships, now it's okay to date somebody of a different race. I don't have a problem with them. I see them every single day. I feel like love is love. And if
do
I
you.
find a
Exactly.
Caucasian man that love me and put a ring on it and take me and build this generational wealth,
You hear that,
I'm gonna
Brett?
do it. It's
You
not
do you.
selfish.
You hear that, Brett?
No, because at the end of the day, I just
feel
got
that, you know. I feel
excuses as
Yeah.
to why it's okay for them to do it. But I don't understand why I would have to defend it if it's the opposite way.
You shouldn't.
I love my man
You
that's
shouldn't.
dark and strong. But the same token too, I ain't denying love to come my way.
You want to be
Of
loved?
course.
regardless.
I'm not gonna do
Like
it.
Buju
Of
say.
course.
You
But
wanna
at
be
the end of the
loved.
day, I just feel like
Shout out to Buju, by the way.
I don't
Yeah.
like when they keep mentioning our attitude.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating because at the end of it, no, it is. It's very frustrating. If I have to be strong by myself, I don't even say
Yeah.
strong. If I have to be independent from by myself for X amount of time, and then you just come and just talk to me any old way and da 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 da. Wait, I'm sorry. Who are you? What are you doing for me?
she right,
I am
she right.
on my own. That's something natural though.
She right.
I looking out for myself, and
You
I
right.
also going to demand respect. It don't matter what color you is, what sex you is, where you from. At the end of the day, I'm going to demand that you respect me, and that's something I feel like many people across many races and generations just don't get. They don't get the fact that you cannot automatically want me to respect you just because you're a man. You cannot automatically expect me to respect you because you're a black man. You cannot expect me to automatically respect you because you're a white wealthy male or because you're a very pretty white girl.
But that's the thing. That's the thing, though. Based on my experiences, when it's the opposite, when it's a white man and a black woman, I don't see the white man getting the attitude that the black man they get. Honestly, to be real.
Well, there's a reason for that. There's
Like,
a reason
I
for that, and the main reason for that is that I'll tell you that as a black man too. Like our issue as black men is that we don't have a lot of positions to be put in power. So when we finally get any kind of little position of it, we abuse it. We do, and then that goes from relationships down. And the reason we feel like black women have attitude is because we give them reason to. Like we
Not
push
all
them.
the time,
We
though.
do.
We can't use that
I don't
as
think he
excuse,
meant
man.
all the time, but
No,
here's
no,
my
no,
other
no.
point too. My other point is we mentioned submission. Just because you are a man does not mean that because we date for 2 months, I have to automatically submit to you. You have to earn my submission. If that's the case, then any old man that come and dangle whatever I feel like that looks great and shiny
to
and
submit.
impressive,
Yeah, yeah.
I gonna automatically submit to you. No.
So what'll happen after it's the
no,
2
no, no,
years?
no.
What happened
You
after
said
it's the
2
2
I
years?
said 2 months. My
Yeah,
point
but
is.
my asking you
you
what
have-
happened after the 2
you have
years
to
when she
earn
still don't.
it. You have to earn it. That's a different situation. Again,
I
people
feel
I feel
have
like
Yeah.
a game happens though. Like like some people is like, yeah, you have to earn it, but it's like, what else am I earning?
Well, you know what? I don't
My
feel like
respect,
I honestly don't
how
feel like
long?
it sounds funny,
There's no
but
time
like
frame.
you
What
notice
are you
with a lot
doing?
of races, right? A lot of races end up falling back to like Indian girl that mess with black dudes that went all saints and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, but they end up back with an Indian dude, and you see like
That's cultural
white
too.
girls that
But that's cultural
other
too.
thing, and the same thing with us. And sometimes you see the stipulars that are break out of it, but the thing is, it's like this. Put it like this. Even when you think about like your wedding or instances, right? You showcase yourself a lot of times with who more than anybody? Your friends more than your family, you know. You notice a lot of times you showcase. If you think about what you showcase on social media and stuff, you show your girl, you show your friends, you show yourself. You know how often it's rare when they see a picture of you and like your mother or your brother and stuff like that. But they're always there, and that's what black woman is to the black man, and black men see it. They rather showcase their friends. So the showcasing is the Spanish girls, the white girl, and all that. But at the end of the day, what do you love the most, and who always get your back? A black woman. But everybody want to try something different. It's like island people. We know we could go VI, you know. We know we got a job there. We know we got a place to stay. We know we got food every night if we want. But we out here trying to make something different. And I think that's black men approach to it. And the reason they go so hard and get lost in it is because we don't have many opportunities for
And we
power
abuse
as a
it when
black
we
man.
get it.
But when you get that white
We
girl and the
abuse it.
Spanish man, the Spanish girl, you have that little bit of power. For some reason, they give you,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
what we think as we
Yeah,
think
drunk
of it.
with the
We
power,
think of it
yeah.
as the white woman is submissive, but no, she fearful. She giving you the power. The black girl ain't scared of you.
Yeah.
The Spanish girl scared of you. The white girl scared of you. The Chinese girl scared of
don't
you.
think the
That black
Spanish-
girl ain't
Scared,
scared.
but I get it.
No,
I get it.
scared of you.
again, he's generalizing.
Yeah,
He's
Yeah,
saying
it's like
every
you
single
like
one.
they like I got a black man. For them it's boom. For a black girl it's like I got a man. You know what I mean? Like it ain't I got a black man. I got whatever. I got a man. I can handle it. And when we hit that black woman,
yeah, we good.
we'd see the challenge, and that's when we say that they have attitude and all that.
Well-
when we see the challenge, every time a black man get challenged, we'd feel like, oh, you coming at me with a problem.
I think my last comment before we wrap it up is just like I think that there's a misconception as when you think of a strong woman or independent woman, it's seen as so negative. And it's like, dude, the minute she meets a man who matches her or is a tad bit above her, but still respects her, she'll submit to you. But if you can't meet her on that level, she's not going to. You'll never earn her respect. She might still love you. She's not gonna respect you.
A lot of
she
people
just
are
won't.
fickle though, man.
Yeah.
Like you can't try to do anything serious if you have a crappy foundation and you're dealing
Yeah.
with a fickle person.
Yeah.
Of course.
It'll never work. I
Of
don't
course.
care who you are. I don't care what you got. Once
Yeah.
they have that fickle mentality, here today, gone tomorrow.
You gotta
Charge
be
it
willing
to
to
the
build.
game.
You gotta be willing to understand someone's advantages and their disadvantages,
Disadvantages.
and you have to be able to respect it and show them how to grow rather than hold something over their head because you know it, you have it. You know,
A
and
lot of
that'd be a
people
problem with black
Don't
men.
keep score.
We
man.
always like to
Yeah.
hold things over their head and
Don't
stuff
keep
like
score.
that.
Oh,
Nah.
vice versa though.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
either way. It's just like it's
But that's why I
leverage.
say we work together.
Yeah,
and
stop
that's-
it.
And that'd be the problem. And you know, it's hard enough for black people to do it, let alone a black man and a black woman. That's
Well,
why it'd be tough. But
yeah.
we do need to work better, all of us. You know, and then we go from there. We all end
think-
up with a
I,
black girl.
I think the
think that's
media
what it
had a
is.
lot to do with it too in terms of white women, like they were saying, like you never would see a minority put on a pedestal in terms of magazines, TV shows,
No, of course
movies.
not.
It's always the white woman that you see.
Of course.
Marilyn Monroe, you know, like that's who was put on a pedestal.
Even
So
down to Jesus.
Yeah.
We're not even trying to
Let's
get.
let's save this
No,
for
no,
our
no.
next episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
good
I
bit of
appreciate
pleasure.
you guys having me.
Thanks to
on,
meet
man.
we have to
you.
bring you again.
Definitely nice.
We
I
definitely have to
enjoyed
bring you
meeting you.
again.
Nice
Thank you.
meeting you too.
Wireless.
Wireless.
Boom.
But
Yeah,
guys,
man.
thank you for tuning in. Make sure you comment, share, like. We're gonna go back and continue the conversations
Go City.
afterwards.
Go City.
Don't forget
everywhere.
about this
By the time you
launch.
get this.
Cheers, guys, for another
Cheers.
good
Celestino, thank you
episode.
again.
CFE.
All
What's
right.
your drink?